So this is exactly what I look for in a blush, like color, okay? Because, you know, when you're applying it on melanated skin, we need some color. It needs to show up. So hey guys, welcome back. I'm LJ if you're new here. So today's video is going to be a Sephora sales recommendations video. So I'm going to be going over products that I would recommend during the Sephora sale for you guys to grab. For those of you guys who don't know, the Sephora sale is coming up in like 6 days or something like that. And I'm going to go over products that I've been loving and I would recommend for you guys to try out during the sale and take advantage of the sale. So if you're interested, let's get into it.
KLJ, welcome to a channel where it's poppin'. Welcome to a YouTube.
So I'm going to try and limit this video down just a little bit, just so that it's not too long, because I have a whole bunch of products here. Some of these products are products that you guys have seen me use all the time on my channel, and some of them are some that I've recently tried, and I would definitely recommend these products. And then I also have some products that I've emptied out that I do plan on restocking again during the sale, and that's really why I usually take advantage of that sale. So for those of you guys who don't know, the sale is Sephora's holiday savings event sale. So they usually have them twice in a year. I think they have like a spring's savings event sale, and then they have the holiday, which usually is around like November. So the sale starts November 5th for Rouge customers. So if you're a Rouge customer, then you definitely get 20% off anything in Sephora. Like everything is on sale. If you are a VIB, then you get 15% off, and the sale starts on November 9th to the 15th for VIB, and then for the insider you get 10% off, and the sale starts on the 11th through the 15th of November. You can shop online or you can buy the products in store. If you do shop online, you can use the code YAYHOLIDAY to get your discount depending on what kind of customer you are. So if you haven't signed up for Sephora, you can do that for free, and you can be a beauty insider and shop some products that you've probably been wanting to shop, and you can get that discount during the sale. All right, so first I'm gonna start off with Complexion, because Complexion, I have a lot of Complexion products, and usually Complexion is what I run out the most because I usually use it like a lot. I'm like wasteful when it comes to complexion. So I'm gonna start off with foundation, and the foundation that I would recommend you try during the sale is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. This is my absolute favorite foundation. If you haven't tried this foundation, I would recommend to try it out. Now, I do know it's very pricey because it's Armani Beauty and their products are usually very expensive. But honestly, this is like one of those luxury beauty products that I've tried and I'm like, yo, this is actually worth $60. I would recommend you try this during the sale because it's expensive. And if you can get like over $10 discounted from the foundation, I definitely think it's worth it. So if you haven't tried this out, try it out. It's great for all skin types. I have dry skin and it works really nicely with my skin. It is a luminous silk foundation, but I feel like it has like a semi-matte type of finish and a natural finish at the same time, which means that your skin is going to look like your skin. It's not going to look cakey or anything like that. I love the fact that it also doesn't crease on me, so it lasts a long time. So they do also have a good shade range. So usually I use 11.5, but I like to mix it up with 10 just for my winter shade, and then during the summer I use 11.5. But this is honestly a really nice foundation, and it's also medium coverage, so you can build it up. So this is one of the products that I would recommend. So next I would recommend this Danessa Myricks cream bronzer. You guys saw that I used this in my most recent video when I was trying out new products, and honestly this is so worth it. I really like this bronzer because it's like what defines a bronzer. Like I like the shade match. I think it's warm enough for my skin, and on top of that, it doesn't really look like oily or creamy on my skin. So it has a matte finish, so it kind of looks like a regular bronzer, but it's more cream. The shade that I got is deep, and this one works really nicely for my skin. So this is what the bronzer looks like. I've used it a couple of times and I honestly really like it. If you're a cream bronzer type of girl, I would recommend to try try this one by Danessa Myricks. It is one of my favorite cream bronzers. And then another one that I really like is the Anastasia cream bronzer. This one is in the shade Chestnut. So this one is also really, really warm. It goes really nicely on my skin. This is what that one looks like. And this is what the Danessa Myricks bronzer looks like. They look very similar. As far as the shade, they're very similar. The only difference I would tell is that this Danessa Myricks cream bronzer has more of a matte finish than the Anastasia one. I feel like the Anastasia one is perfect for during the summer when it's hot outside. It gives me like a semi-matte finish, and the Danessa Myricks one gives me like a complete matte finish. So this one would be one I would go for during the winter, and then this one would be one I would go for during the summer, just because of the finish of the bronzers are quite different, but the color and the shade match looks perfect. Now, the Anastasia one is a little bit warmer than the Danessa Myricks, and I think warm bronzers are perfect during the summer. So these have become like my go-to cream bronzers right now. They're my absolute favorite. I love how rich and pigmented they are and super easy to blend as well. So I would definitely recommend these two bronzers for you guys to try out during the sale if you have not already tried them out. All right, so next we have concealers. So there are 3 concealers that I would recommend. The first one is the Anastasia Magic Touch Concealer. This one is one that I've recently tried, and I can honestly say I really like the concealer. I love the fact that it's a full coverage concealer. The shade that I have is 21. Even though I feel like the shade 21 is too yellow, too golden, has too much pigment for my skin, I feel like it's just the shade that I selected that was just too pigmented with the undertone. Now, I do feel like I should have gotten maybe like a warm neutral or a neutral shade just so that it's neutral on my skin. I like the way the concealer performs. It reminds me of the L'Oreal Infallible Concealer, which is one of my favorite drugstore concealers, and this one performs almost similar to it, but I love how this one is super easy to blend. It doesn't dry out on my skin. It's not uncomfortable, and also I noticed that the concealer does not crease on me. So I really like the concealer. I love a lot of Anastasia products. Like, I feel like their complexion products are always like really good quality, but I would definitely say if you're a full coverage type of girl, this concealer is it. I like full coverage concealers, and when I tried this out, I was so glad that it was giving me enough coverage. So this is the first concealer. The next concealer is the Pat McGrath Labs concealer. This one is also a creamy full coverage concealer. So as you guys can tell, I like full coverage concealers. That's what we do around here. So I would definitely recommend this if you haven't tried it out and you also like full coverage concealers. The shade that I use is MD22. That is perfect for my skin. If I'm going for a super highlighted makeup look, I use a little bit more, but if not, then I use a little bit less because it is full coverage. Like, it gives me a lot of coverage. This is like $30 something. Not too expensive, but I would definitely say if you're interested in trying out, get it during the sale so you can get that discount and it will be cheaper. But I do think it's a good quality concealer. The next concealer is this Rare Beauty concealer. The shade that I use is 430W. This one is also a really nice concealer. I do think this one is a little bit lighter with coverage compared to these other 2 concealers. And I'm going to swatch them out so you guys can see what they look like. This one has a little bit of a medium coverage, but I also really like the shade. It's a warm undertone, but it's not like too warm, not too yellow. And I also like the consistency of the concealer as well. It's not too mattifying on the skin, so it doesn't dry out my skin. And on top of that, it does not crease. So this is what all 3 concealers look like. This is the Anastasia, this is the Pat McGrath, and this is the Rare Beauty concealer. So as you guys can see, they look very similar in consistency, which is what this is the type of concealers I usually go for. Like I mentioned, this one is a little bit more pigmented. As you guys can see, it has kind of more of that yellow pigment, and the Pat McGrath is very much neutral. This one is warm, but not as warm as this one. So I would say these 2 I got the perfect shades with. The Anastasia one, I do want to play around with the shades, but as far as the finish of the concealers, they are both amazing, and these 3 concealers would be concealers that I would recommend if you haven't tried any of them out. So next we have the Makeup Forever Ultra HD setting powder. So this setting powder is honestly like chef's kiss. It is beautiful. The finish is gorgeous. it gives me like a natural finish, but it doesn't leave me looking ashy. So I used this product in my most recent video when I was trying it out. It does have a matte finish, so it's like mattifying. But if you're using like a hydrating or a creamy concealer, I don't think this product can really like dry out your under eyes. You definitely always want to make sure that your concealer is not drying, because when you apply setting powder, it's going to dry out your skin even more. But with this product, it doesn't do that. And I like the fact that it has a matte finish, so it just kind of like sucks up all the oils on your skin when you're applying makeup. Now with setting powder, I usually use a very light amount. I don't like to use too much because I feel like that's what dries out your under eyes. So with this, it gives me a natural finish, so I don't have to use too much to get like that mattified look. So this is definitely a setting powder that I would recommend if you haven't tried out. So the shade that I got with this setting powder is Tan Neutral, which is 04, and this is what that shade looks like. It's like, it has like a yellow undertone to it, so I feel like it's very nice for melanated skin. If you are of my skin tone or even darker, I think it's really nice. Very comparable to the Sasha or the Ben Nye powder, the shades, but I would say this one is more so of a natural finish. So this is definitely a setting powder I would recommend for you to try if you haven't tried it out. Alright, so lastly for complexion, we have the GloWish product. So I tried out the bronzer. I really love this bronzer. This is in the shade Rich 05. If you haven't tried any of their products, I would definitely say try out the bronzer, the blush, which is this right here, and the powder. This is like a pressed powder, a face powder, but it has kind of like that illuminating effect, which I'm going to show you guys in a little bit. But we're going to start off with the bronzer. This bronzer, I've used it a couple times. I did a review on it when it first came out, and I would definitely recommend this if you're looking for a bronzer that gives you warmth and that is rich and pigmented. So this is what the bronzer looks like, which is super red, and it's really, really rich. So I really like the bronzer because it shows up on my skin. I don't have to keep applying the bronzer over and over again in order for it to show on my skin. And it gives me that warmth that a bronzer is supposed to give. So if you're of my skin, a little bit darker, I would say try out this bronzer. It is amazing. And then she recently launched some blushes. So this is the blush right here. The shade that I got is Charming Cherry, which is 04. This blush is a little bit smaller than what I expected, but I really like the shades that she selected within the blush. They are super rich and very, very pigmented, and I love the fact that it has kind of like a nice matte finish. So this is exactly what I look for in a blush, like color, okay? Because you know, when you're applying it on melanated skin, we need some color. It needs to show up. So I do want to try a couple more shades. So it looks like I'll be getting these from Sephora during the sale, and I think they go perfectly with the bronzer just because both of them are really, really rich. And then next we have this pressed powder. This is in the shade 08 Tan. So this one is also really, really nice. If you're somebody who likes illuminating powders, so you like under your eyes looking, having like that glowy look, I would definitely say this pressed powder is nice for that. I'm usually a matte type of girl, but I like to experience different things and I like to try different things. I do think this pressed powder is perfect for the summertime. When you're out in the sun, it gives off a really nice reflective look. So I would definitely say the three of these products go perfectly together. If you are looking for pigment, you're looking for glow, I think these three products by GloWish are perfect for that. Alright, so the next product is this Ilia Beauty Mascara. I really like this mascara because it doesn't clump up my lashes, so it gives me like that full length, and it kind of makes my eyelashes look like I have falsies on because it really stretches and extends my lashes. I also really, really like the applicator of this mascara. It's very easy to apply, especially if you have really short eyelashes. This is perfect for that. I like applicators that really cater to short lashes because sometimes the applicators are too big for short eyelashes. So I think this one is perfect. It's also really nice to apply on the bottom lashes. It's super easy, and the applicator really gets the really, really small, tiny hairs. And I think that's why it allows the eyelashes to really extend and be full and have like the maximum volume. So that's what I really like about this mascara, is that the applicator allows like all the lashes to really get that mascara and really fluffs up your lashes. So this is a mascara that I would definitely recommend. I've been really loving this. I've been using it for a little minute. Next is eyeliners. So the eyeliners that I've been honestly really loving is the Makeup by Mario eyeliners. I like the idea of these eyeliners because they're nice if you're doing like really natural makeup looks, or even if you are looking for a pencil type of eyeliner but you don't want to use like a felt tip eyeliner or a gel eyeliner. The eyeliners come with these brushes right here, which you can use to smudge out your eyeliner. So you have black and you have brown, and they're super rich. Like when you do this just one time, that's how rich the eyeliner is. And the black one, that's literally how rich it is. So I really like this because you can apply the eyeliner and then smudge it out. And especially if you're going for like a smoky eye, I would honestly recommend the eyeliners from Makeup by Mario, and then also their lipstick. So I recently tried this lipstick out in my previous video, and I honestly absolutely love the lipstick. So I do want to get a couple more of these during the sale because one, they're matte finish, but they don't feel dry on the lips. Sometimes like with liquid lipsticks, they feel so drying, and like when you're like eating, they like transfer and things like that. With this lipstick, it's honestly not like that. I feel like it's such a great quality lipstick. The only thing I don't like is the packaging. I don't like the fact that it's white because this happens, you know, like you get it mixed up with makeup and it starts to get dirty. So I think that it would have been better if it was like maybe like a darker packaging. I like the consistency of the lipsticks. I think they're great quality lipsticks, and I like the packaging of how it looks like. So I can't wait to try out more. I hope the other shades are also really nice because this shade is like literally my favorite right now. Next, we have the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pen. This is like my go-to brow pen. So this is a micro detailing brow pen. So it's supposed to look like microbladed eyebrows. So I usually use this all the time. This is like my go-to product. I don't use any other eyebrow product nowadays because I'm obsessed with how this looks. It looks really natural. It allows you to draw out natural eyebrow hairs to look like your eyebrow hairs. So this is what the shade looks like, which is the shade Ebony, and it's super easy to apply your eyebrow hairs. So you just detailedly apply like strokes and they look really nice and natural. I love the fact that they're not like too shiny, so they don't make your eyebrows look like kind of like synthetic and fake. It does have a shiny finish kind of, but it's not too much. And I like the color. The color is like brown, so if you have brown hair, I would definitely say get the color Ebony. If your eyebrow hair is a little bit darker, I would say get the last shade, which should be a black shade. So I honestly really like this. This is my go-to eyebrow product. So next I'm gonna move on to things that I will be repurchasing. These are mainly primers because I run out of primers really a lot because I usually use a lot of primers. So the first one is the Huda Beauty Water Jelly Primer. This one ran out so fast. I was just like, oh my gosh, like really? Because it's so easy for you to use a lot. So with this primer, it's very lightweight. It's kind of like almost like water. It's actually it's a water jelly primer. That's exactly what it is. It's a water jelly primer, so it feels like water, and when it goes on your skin, it just feels like you didn't even apply anything, but it hydrates your skin. So I really like the primer. I think it's perfect for my skin type, and I like it when I'm not really going for a primer that has some type of like oily moisture. I go for it if I'm looking for something with a little bit of hydration but without any oil. So it looks like I'll be repurchasing this during the sale because I've used it up and, you know, I really want to get it. The next one is the Milk Hydro Grip. So I've had this for a long time, like 2 years. I would definitely recommend this one the most because it lasts a long time. Like you don't need a lot because it's super thick. So when you apply it on your skin, it feels like you're slapping water on your skin, and it's really hydrating. And I also think it's perfect for all skin types, even if you have oily skin, dry skin combination. I think the Milk Hydro Grip is a good one. And then last but not least, we have one of my favorite mascaras, which is the Huda Beauty Legit Lashes Mascara. So this is a double-ended mascara, so one for the curl and length and then the other one for the volume. So I like the mascara because it's a double-ended mascara, so it gives you like extra volume. And just with like the eyelash application, because sometimes I struggle with applying lashes, and I feel like this mascara helps me with the eyelash application process. Like when I put on the mascara, it holds onto the lashes a little bit better than other mascaras do, just because I feel like it gives me like that full volume and it really curls up my lashes. My natural lashes are really curly anyways, but I feel like with the volume, it allows the false lashes to really lay on top of my natural lashes with the mascara a little bit better. So I do need to repurchase this because it is my favorite mascara. But yeah, those are all the products that I would recommend for this sale. I will be shopping also during the sale, so I'll be getting a whole bunch of other products and I'll be sharing with you guys what I got during the sale. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys got some good recommendations. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys are picking up or if you are shopping the Sephora sale. But other than that, I will see you guys in my next video.
KLJ, welcome to a channel where it's poppin'.